Why do I want a pardon from President Trump?
I think this is on a different level than we've seen before.
Well, I was convicted of a nonviolent Class B misdemeanor for parading in the U.S. Capitol.
As the anniversary of the January 6th riot arrives, wagon loads of Utahns in Washington, D.C. that day 4 years ago are waiting for a reprieve from President-elect Trump. I'm Fox 13 investigative reporter Nate Carlile. Trump has said he will pardon Capitol rioters, but he's been inconsistent on which ones. Pardons could have a big impact in Utah.
That's on video. I got it.
19 Utahns have been charged with crimes related to January 6th. That's more than Connecticut, Iowa, and Oklahoma, 3 states with similar general populations and much closer to the Capitol. Of the 19 Utah defendants, 15 have been convicted, including defendants sentenced to prison for assaulting police that day.
So I've followed President Trump since day one.
Brad Bokoski of Eagle Mountain was not accused of violence. He pleaded guilty to that misdemeanor for entering the Capitol when it was supposed to be closed.
A pardon for that offense would eliminate my sentence, which is a 3-year probation with various conditions around it.
Bokoski's son from Chicago met him in Washington and was convicted of the same charge and received a similar sentence.
We were in the hallway for 4 minutes and we left. 17 months later, we were arrested.
Bokoski wants all the January 6 defendants, even the violent ones, pardoned to correct what he calls an injustice.
Agencies of the executive branch of government and the membership and leadership of the legislative branch of our government entrapped every single Trump supporter without a doubt.
Bokoski cites a series of debunked claims, including that provocateurs were in the crowd and that police waved people inside. He says he was prevented from presenting that defense in court. What would you say to the police officers who were assaulted and injured that day?
That's what happens when the crowd is entrapped, induced, and provoked.
A November poll by Scripps News and Ipsos found that the majority of Americans are opposed to pardons for the January 6 protesters.
But what would be unique is we've never seen a president pardon such a large group of people who are explicit political supporters. Right?
Stuart Ol is a Utah native. Now he's a PhD candidate in political science at the University of Georgia and has written about presidential pardons.
They were fighting specifically for him.
Pardoning these January 6 defendants make political violence more likely in the future?
So theoretically, yeah, I think some people could feel emboldened, especially if they are, political supporters of a president or a future president.
Well, the likelihood for further political violence isn't going to come from the Trump supporter. As we've seen in the past, it's from the Democrat supporters, the BLM activists, burning down cities, attacking police officers throughout the country.
We met Bokoski in American Fork in a meeting room at the Roman Catholic parish where he worships. At sentencing, his supporters included his priest, who wrote a letter to the judge asking for leniency. It may have helped Bokoski avoid jail. But Bokoski is not completely repentant. He sent us this photo of the license plate on his motorcycle. Do you have any regrets?
Yes, for the hell that I've been through. Not so when I know the truth. I know what I saw. I know what happened that day.
In American Fork, Nate Carlile, Fox 13 News, Utah.